This is gonna be Sonsonmushi's first edited video, and I hope you enjoy. And that, you know what's cool about editing? That's gonna be at the beginning of the video.
Wow.
Okay, we're back with another reading. I don't know why I'm taking over this one too.
How dare you!
Sorry, it's just weird because I'm also doing the reading different than I usually do. So we're trying new things. This is what happens when we like film a lot of videos in a row. And
Eventually,
just, like,
you gotta do something
get more
different.
comfortable with it. So I'm just like, let's go for it. Okay, so this is your love reading with the same cards we just used, like we did before. If you watched all of the other videos.
So, how everything went earlier, or was it you who gave me a reading first? So, Cheyenne gave me a reading on questions I had about finances, and then using the same card she pulled, I rearranged it and gave her a reading on love. So now, I gave her a reading on finances, she's rearranged it, and she's giving me right now a reading on love.
Yeah. So I have like a really nice spread again. This is what the cards look like. I've separated them into 3 nice little rows.
As you can see.
Or 5 nice little columns, since that's probably how I'm going to be reading them today.
With this picture that is currently showing.
So we had 16 cards, and there was actually an extra card. So I put it in the center, and this is kind of like going to be, like, even though it's a love reading, this is going to be our theme for the reading.
Gotcha.
I don't know what card this is.
I saw it, and it's very funny.
Okay.
How that's the theme.
Okay, this is the 6 of Wands.
Mm-hmm.
I think this one's really pretty. It's one of my favorite cards to look at in this deck. I don't know if I showed it to you guys. But the butterfly coming out, like, over all of this, like, gives me a hopeful feeling.
Me too.
And it's almost like, I know there's no cocoon, like, no broken cocoon next to it, but it almost feels like the butterfly's just transformed.
I feel that.
You know?
I do.
That's so I feel like this is about, like, but just like going into the next phase in your life, like, you know, I don't know.
It's really beautiful.
Thank you. So I feel like that's kind of gonna be the theme for the reading.
Awesome.
We're just gonna set that there. Let's go to our first row. I don't know what this row is gonna mean for us. Usually I like do a lot of research on my cards before I go into it, and we're not doing that today. As if this isn't the 4th video we've done today. So the first card is Confidence. I'm still gonna do a full row before I talk about what they mean.
That's okay.
The second card. Wow. The 3 of Swords. I mean, it was gonna come up.
It is reversed. Or it was reversed.
I haven't decided if I'm doing reversals or not, okay?
I think we should leave them how we see them and then decide.
Yeah. I'll leave it reversed, and then I'll tell you if we're using it reversed, okay?
Depending on the context.
I don't know exactly how to read that one reversed. Okay,
Ooh.
The third card is Honesty. The 4th card is the Bear. And the last card is Trapped.
Wow.
Interesting. I'm actually going to flip them all over.
That's okay. I don't know yet
I'm
either.
still going to do it the way I usually do it, but I'm not going to read. That's the twist. Okay, so we have the Father of Wands, but it was reversed. The Turkey, which I believe was reversed as well.
It looked like it.
But medicine cards aren't reversed.
They can be, but...
Fine, I'll keep it reversed.
Okay.
And then we have, I think this whole row is going to be reversed. We have the 3 of Cups, also reversed. And the Hermit, also reversed. Maybe I flipped these ones differently than I usually do. No, this one's upright. And the 8 of Cups, upright. Okay, last row. We have Wishing. We have the 5 of Pentacles. The 4 of Cups. The Squirrel. And the Weasel, which was upside down. Wishing was also upside down.
Yeah.
Okay. What am I seeing here? Not a lot. I'm gonna sit here for a hot minute and think about it, and then I'll tell you what I'm thinking. Okay? Is there anything that jumps out at you?
Other than my intuition that when I saw this go back to reverse, something told me to make it upright, but then when I saw all these coming out reversed, something was telling me to make all of these upright.
I do feel like they should all be upright. But is it just this row or all of them?
Exactly.
I kind of feel like it's all of them.
Okay.
Because I feel like these 2 should be upright as well.
And anything reversed will reveal itself that way through your own intuition of context.
Yeah. Okay. So, Now, does anything jump out to you as in like the reading itself? What I think of what I am seeing.
I see a lot of numbers. I see 3 plus 4 being 7. And then that coming into honesty.
Interesting.
I see another 3 and a 4 right there once again. I see a 3 and a 3.
Okay. Well, okay, so this card's about honesty, this card's about honesty. Isn't there another one?
The Hermit's a very honest type of energy, but it's more like within, finding your own self and stuff.
This is about learning. I feel like the placement of like this row is really interesting.
It is.
Because we have like... I mean, this isn't a positive card. I don't know. I was like, these are kind of positive, but I guess I mean these ones are. But let me look at this again. Okay. What's the 8 of Cups?
It's like moving on, stepping away from uneven cups, but this card is much different than that, like what I see from it. So I don't really know. I think if you're going to give a reading how we're using the imagery of this butterfly, you may have to rely purely on imagery. Maybe don't think about the words.
No, I will come back into that, but wait. The weasel is about, we just talked about it.
It's about retreating.
Retreating. Interesting. Okay. And this is about transformation.
The main word that comes out of 6 of Wands is victory. That is the overlying theme.
Victory?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And transformation is a sort of victory. And that's also growing into a butterfly is a sort of victory.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. I read this way.
Okay.
But also, like, if we're moving towards victory, it goes this way.
I guess you're right.
I feel like we've had, like, so much time where we're just staring at the cards. And you guys don't even get to see the cards, and I feel bad about that.
It's okay.
And we're deciding how to read them right now.
With it being on your phone, you can do that editing at your house like you always do.
I can't edit your video!
5 minutes later.
It looks kind of scary.
It does.
So I'm hoping it's different than that.
It does look a little bit scary, but I think you're gonna like what I've done here.
Okay.
Okay, so I've separated... Instead of doing rows, I decided to do columns. Because the rows weren't working for me.
Yeah.
So, here we have in the first column, I know I did a little pan over all of the cards, but I'm gonna lift up so you know which ones we're talking about. The first card in the first column is confidence. The second card is Father of Wands, and the third card is wishing. So I think I kind of figured out what each column is about, and I think that this column is like goals.
Okay. Whoa, you've set... This is a spread.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
It wasn't a spread when I set it up, but it's a spread now.
Yeah.
So I think it's like your goals.
That makes sense.
So, confidence. Father of Wands, which is kind of about like honesty. And wishing, which is about, your dreams coming true. Obviously, that's a goal. And for this, I'm feeling it's almost like almost the past, maybe the present, but, not what's going to happen.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so we have, gosh, let me see if I can lift this up. Okay, I have the 3 of Swords, the Turkey, and the 5 of Pentacles. So the 3 of Swords, I remember as the backstabbing card. That's just the way I remember it. So, you may have felt some betrayal or something, like hurt from someone else. The Turkey is about giving, which I think is interesting. And the way that we were interpreting it before is like kind of like giving more than you're getting.
Yeah.
So I've decided to forget what I just read about it and read it that way.
Cool.
Because that's not what the book said. And then the 5 of Pentacles is about like being abandoned, kind of, and feeling alone. So that's kind of like, here are your feelings of hurt, which is another way you could read this instead of like the past, but just like, here are your feelings and like when you're feeling hurt or feeling in a dark place.
When I choose to focus in on that, or when I'm in that place.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I do go through those cycles.
Yeah. because I don't have like an exact idea of what everything is. It's just general idea of what my columns mean. My third column, I have this honesty card. The Three of Cups, which is about like friendship and sharing the love. And the Four of Cups, which I've decided to interpret as like new opportunity. I know it talks a little bit about like being bored with what you already have and things like that. But it's about like finding something new. And I'm not entirely sure what this row means. So we're going to jump to the next row and maybe it'll give us a little bit more meaning there as to like what this row is. But we have learning and the hermit, which is, this is the bear. It doesn't say that because it's a blank card, but I know that you know which one's which out of the blank cards because they have like
different things.
Yeah, they have like different things on the bottom.
And I somehow learned them all.
And then, oh gosh, can't lift this up. Okay, and then we have the hermit, which is like about introspection, I think. And the squirrel, which is about like gathering information. And I think this is about like looking into yourself and gathering some new information, learning new things, like kind of just like from within though, not like in the world.
Yeah.
And so I think this is kind of like a step towards your goal. And I think in some respect, all of these are like a step towards your goal, obviously.
Yeah, because I'm picking up a lot, and I'm going to listen to what you say and then kind of give you my thoughts.
Yeah.
It's actually resonating very strongly.
Yeah, see, I was never going to let you down. And then the last row, we have trapped. The Eight of Cups, which now I forget what it was about.
It's like stepping away. It's
it's
the
about
cups,
movement.
Movement, yeah.
Yeah, is that what we had earlier when we did the other reading?
Which other reading?
I have two of the same one, where the Eight of Cups, or was it a different suit?
I think it was a different one.
Okay. Well, I'm keeping it as that one.
Okay.
I see it as movement. And then the weasel, which is about retreating. And like this one, I'm not gonna lie, like looks a little scary. Like none of these seem that positive. But
somehow this makes it positive to me.
Really, I think it's kind of the opposite. I'm kind of seeing like, I don't know, I'm not seeing retreating as a bad thing. I'm seeing it as like knowing when to like take a step back. But also like the movement I'm seeing is like when you know how to move and you can take the step back maybe to reflect, like this one says, and you know how to make the right move, you will no longer be trapped, kind of thing.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting,
reading that
sort of.
row.
Basically, I think I'm about to just say it in a different way.
Okay.
That's why I thought this makes... I think all of them are actually quite positive just in general, but what I basically get...
Because you're more positive than I am.
True. But, like, what makes trapped feel good for me, that makes these positive... What am I stepping away from? What am I retreating from? I feel like it's like I'm retreating, actually, from the cage.
From being trapped.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That's why I saw it very positively.
Okay.
But I think you basically said the same thing.
I did basically say the same thing, but you said it so much nicer than I did.
That one I just, like, saw.
Yeah.
I'm really good at figuring out how to free myself.
Yeah. Yeah, so I do think that these are all kind of, like... This is the first step. You have to, like, feel the hurt so you can step away from the hurt. And I feel like this is just, like, the honesty... It's almost like learning what you want. Being there for all people, like all your friends, everyone, sharing the love with other people, and
oh my gosh,
finding new opportunities. Like that's definitely a step you got to take too before you can get to your goal, and then you got to take some time for yourself.
This is so funny.
And then you can stop being trapped.
This is so funny.
And then you're back to the beginning, kind of thing.
This reading, this is the past.
This is the past.
This is this is right before leaving for Florida. This is going to Florida. This is the night at the bar. This is definitely the night at the bar. This is also the night at the bar. This is... I don't know. This is... Because basically at the bar, I cried a lot and hurt a lot because I'm just going to rephrase what you said. With the Three of Swords, it's because I don't feel backstabbed because I believe everyone can do whatever they want. But I did feel very tangled with my thoughts because it's like, this is how I feel and think. I'm very honest and open, and it's like I'm making everything tangled. I'm giving way too much, and I know that, but it's who I am and it's what I want to do because I don't care. But with that, when you do this so much, you do hurt, you do tangle yourself, and then you do result in feeling kind of alone. You do result in isolating yourself because I do that a lot. And so that energy is what led me to understanding my honest feelings, which was to cry and like rip at my scalp and like scare my friends a little bit. Sorry guys. Yeah. And actually there were, my friends, it was 3 of us. 3 of cups. It's me and the other 2 people, and I'll try to keep it semi-anonymous, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to share a lot more of that story at some point on my channel. And then it's understanding the new opportunity in the present, which is like, I can learn and appreciate this now. What I gained from this was like, I'm going to do one final thing, which was drunk text my twin flame, drunk text another close friend, because it came from a place of introspection of the truth of what I found within. I was like, all right, the last thing for me to do, speak my final truth, gather my things, gather my thoughts in this drunk moment, say everything. This is all the bar. This is all the bar. And free myself from that, step away, retreat from like the situation and focus on where I was and just dance my heart out and have a really good time with my friends and have an amazing night at the bar. So this love reading, I don't know, it just kind of talks about the past to me.
I mean,
but I still see what you said through all of it and how it's going to go full circle too.
I see how you see that, and I think it's also, I mean,
it's separately valid.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it does go full circle, and I think that also represents a kind of cycle that you're in, because I feel like you have a lot of
this happens a lot
times where you do this and you do this, and you do this and you do this, and you're back here, and then you're back here.
Holy crap! Okay, sorry. I was looking at that card.
Yeah.
That happens every time.
That happens every time. And yeah, it is interesting when you think about butterfly cycle, like the life cycle.
Yeah.
It just goes back over and over. I mean, like, it's not the same butterfly, obviously, but
it's a better butterfly every time. Yeah. It's victory.
I mean, that's the overall. Like, in the end, you'll get victory, but you're also going to be circling until you get there.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of what the reading is
telling me.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I'm back here again.
You're feeling like you're close to your goal again until you get here.
Great. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe there's a way to cycle out over here.
I mean, I feel like there.
Are you willing to flip
is,
some
like,
surprise cards? Do something different.
Okay. What kind of surprise cards?
I don't know. I'll ask the question of like, is this saying this is the cycle more and more and more, or is this the cycle I've been in, and as a new cycle, this is now just one stage that I have now blossomed out of ultimately. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And so I'm hoping the questions, or that the cards might give more direction of like, am I breaking away from this? Or, I mean, if this is what I'm meant to be in, and I'm meant to go through this again, like, that's fine, too. Because, like, I did really feel like this time I can, like, step away. Though I also know that this, like, I'm gonna hurt again and stuff. Because we always hurt, we're always healing. This is an ongoing cycle, but I want to know, I don't know, some more
like, are you
differences.
Gonna win? I don't know, maybe not win, but just, like...
I trust I'm gonna win in the end.
Is the cycle gonna change anytime soon, kind of thing?
Kind of thing, yeah. Like, because this was the most recent cycle, and I had just stepped away and freed myself, and I got a mini version of this, like, at the massage place. I had this all happen already. I released a lot at the massage, and my honest feelings, because the major difference is, it's not like I reached out this time, but I'm still going through these cycles, so, like, but I also trust Union. I trust, like, it's meant to be, it'll be meant to be. If he figures out what he wants, he'll figure out what he wants, and if it's the right time for him to act, it'll be the right... I trust all that, so I guess it's more so just kind of like wondering, what am I supposed to be getting from this? Because I am the bear and the hermit and the squirrel. I do want to gather and truly understand this. Interesting.
Everything I do is interesting.
That is true.
Okay, move those.
Okay.
Okay, so let's see what we got.
Wow. Just so you know, that's the Six of Wands again.
Is it?
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh. I'm getting really good vibes. Like, I got my own messages, but I'll just, like, leave that be.
Are these all major arcana?
They are.
That's so weird.
That is.
Okay.
Wow.
I don't know what she means. Okay, so these are just kind of to answer your question of like, is this cycle gonna end anytime soon? And this is my base for this answer. Is this soul card, because I thought it'd be fun to use the soul cards, and now I'm regretting my decision. But I mean, she has a positive message, I think.
I think so too. I get my own message from it and my own answer.
I think she's calm and nurturing. I don't know how that helps.
I think you're really good with the soul cards. You tell them in a very different way than I do. I have a very specific meaning for each one, but you really like connect with the card and the person in it and everything. I like really do believe that. I actually believe if you do more readings with the soul cards, they're going to be really amazing readings.
I like them, but they scare me. And I don't like having so much open interpretation, obviously. But yeah, we'll come back to her, because maybe looking at the other cards will give us a little more insight into what she means. And I've just set 3 cards on either side of her, because again, I like to do things in threes. So on one side, we have the Six of Wands, which on here says believe and succeed. And the Six of Wands is about victory, even though I've interpreted it as transformation. We have flow, which is...
Do you want to know the major arcana?
Yeah, it's one of the major arcana.
It's the Wheel of Fortune.
Oh, interesting. Okay, I can see that.
Yeah.
Okay, and which suit is this?
Swords.
Okay, the Seven of Swords. That's interesting.
Right?
This is so different from the other Seven of Swords that
I'm used
to. So this is the Seven of Swords, which on here says seek the truth, which is interesting. Interesting. Because this is the one... No, that's that one. This is the one... with the fox, but isn't the picture really similar?
It feels a lot like this.
Sorry, I just...
Here, I can look for it.
Okay, you look for it and show it to me. Because doesn't it... All the swords except for one are hanging over its head, right?
Do you want me to just find all the swords now?
No, just that one with the fox.
Okay. I think I know it. Here it is.
Yeah. Okay, it's slightly different. Okay, this is the Seven of Swords that I'm used to, which is a very different card. Like, just compare there. And this one is about deception. I remember what it is because this is the card I pulled out to represent my cat one time when I was doing her reading for her. And it does remind me of her. Like, that little fox looks like her.
Yeah.
And for me, I don't know, all the swords hanging over it just kind of feel like... It reminds me of this one where, like, this lamb isn't scared of the swords hanging over it, and I feel the same way about this fox, because, like, the fox has a secret under it. Anyway, I don't know. That was a little bit of a tangent. So interesting. Okay, let's just go back to this one. So, what's number 1?
The Magician.
The Magician. Oh, that makes sense.
Right?
Yeah. Okay, so then we have Manifest, or the Magician.
That's Judgment.
This is Judgment?
Yeah.
I would not have guessed that.
I learned a lot about the Judgment card.
I would have guessed, like, maybe Empress or something based on the picture. We have Blossom, or Judgment. And then, I don't know what this
The
is.
Hanged Man.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, this keeps coming up in our readings.
It does.
And we have the Hanged Man, or Observe. Okay. So, I'm feeling like... I mean, I think that the reading overall is saying, like, yeah, you are going to get out of this circle. Out of this cycle.
Uh-huh.
Although it's kind of interesting, I don't know, because the Wheel of Fortune is
still looks
kind
like
of
it'll
a
be
cycle.
a while, honestly.
I think it is going to be a while. Like, I don't think that this is saying, like, yeah, maybe it will happen soon. I think it's just saying, like, you're going to get there. Which is what they're all saying.
They all kind of say that in their own way.
Yeah.
Like, this one reminds me of, like, flower on flower on flower. Like, blossom. Like, this looks like the butterfly to me in a way. It looks like they're, like, coming out of, like, something, and then they're holding something that's coming out of another thing. Like, blossoms.
Oh, yeah, she's growing another arm out of her arm. It's interesting. Oh, no, it's like an animal. It's a monster.
Wow.
Well, I got, like, this kind of looks like a seahorse to me.
Oh.
Like, that's attached to her arm. So she's like a water goddess.
That's cool. I'm water. I'm a Pisces.
Interesting. Oh, now that I'm thinking of, like, water, I'm thinking it's, like, bringing me back to flow, and then it's making me feel like you're not gonna get out of the cycle anytime soon, like, even more.
All of it looks like that to me, too. But I do see a very positive thing about it.
Yeah, it's like, it's saying, like, no, you're not gonna get out of the cycle, but I don't...
It's actually not a bad cycle.
It's giving you really positive energy. Like, it's saying maybe you shouldn't feel so bad about your cycle.
Mm-hmm. And I actually feel a lot better about it. The moment I saw these cards, to me, it's like, as you go through it, I keep learning more and more. I keep ripping away more illusions and things like that.
Yeah.
That's very positive. That means everything I keep thinking and learning about, I should trust because I keep growing. Like this.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because she's nurturing.
Yeah! She's like the Empress.
Yeah.
And you thought this was the Empress too, so it's like Empress was showing up.
Well, because she's very nurturing too.
Yeah, which is funny. The card for Empress is 3 and it's called Nurture.
Oh, see? That's why she looks like the Empress.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like that's where we're at with this reading. I don't know. You think we have anything else?
I'm not sure we actually said anything about the cards.
What? We said a lot.
We said a lot.
We said a lot about their overall message.
Their overall energy. That is really true.
I don't think we needed to get that specific with these cards.
Yeah, the cards do very much just kind of say, like...
And I'll try and insert, like, a photo of this spread, because you'll see why we just went with the vibe of this spread when you see it, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, I know I showed you each individual card, but I don't know. You should just look at this. It's beautiful.
I can show you guys. We get Manifest and Blossom. It's very that adds to 21, which is the Hanged Man backwards. I actually see a very significant thing from that. That makes me feel Hanged Man will become reversed someday. Time of pause, time of observation will come to an end. Because we get a 21, this is the most positive thing, which is that I'm manifesting some big judgment day, some big moment. Mm-hmm. And then this is observe, which is like, you know, while I keep...
Watch what happens.
Watch what happens. Watch this happen. And when that happens, this is just complete. Hanged Man, time of suspension. If that happens, time of suspension is no more.
I just like these cards now.
Huh?
I said I just like these cards now.
Me too.
I didn't really get along with this deck before. Now we're friends.
Aw, that's nice.
Okay.
Ooh, I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about the reading, but I do feel really good. I do believe there are messages I needed to hear because a lot of times when I do love readings, they are very, very optimistic and things like that. Of course, as everything is positive whenever I do stuff. But I do think during October, this is a time to hear some tough love type messages. And this was probably like the best thing I could have heard for it. Especially getting clarification that like, stop, like just don't feel bad about these cycles. And that it's like how you were worried how like you can psych yourself out from the reading, that I got myself psyched out a bit. And this just like was just a further clarification. Trust everything you said. Trust that this is good, and keep experiencing that this is good, because I do keep seeing myself steering more and more towards success. And while this is happening with career, it's nice to know this is intended to be a love reading. So Spirit really wants me to throw away anxieties as I do this. It's interesting that right below the pain, or right next to the pain, is, wow, and I tapped it, is like going with the flow of ripping away the deception, ripping away the pain. Also, the Three of Swords and Seven of Swords came out in your reading when I had the Uno deck with it. Mm-hmm. You know how we decided not to have the Uno deck? It's like it kind of like came back
Mm-hmm.
The Six of Wands is what came out twice in yours with this deck, wherever the butterfly is,
Yeah.
over here, with the red 6 in here. So 2 Six of Wands came out. The 3 of Swords and 7 of Swords both came out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I had to put those away because I can't read them.
Yeah, that's okay.
But yeah, I mean, it does. Yeah, it's interesting when the same cards pop out again.
Mm-hmm. So I think that's my love reading, and that was really interesting.
Good. Hopefully, it applies to you guys. I feel like this one
Was
may have
pretty
been
specific.
may have been a little more specific than our other ones.
But sometimes, like, you know, like how energy works, like you never know who it may resonate with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's it for us.
Thank you all for being here. Thank you, Cheyenne, for this lovely reading.
Yep.
I would not have been able to interpret this one.
No.
I think maybe if I flipped it and did something, but like once I see that like you flipped out the cards, I was just like, the only thing I immediately grasped was this row, the trapped 8 of Cups weasel. I actually get that combo a lot. Not specifically that, but like I'm always good at seeing the stepping away from being trapped.
Yeah.
And I also saw this really well, that I tangle myself up by giving too much and feeling kind of isolated from that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's those are my final notes.
Okay, let's say a proper goodbye.
Thank you all for being here. I love you all so much. I love you, Cheyenne.
I love you.
And I hope you are all having the most amazing October that you can have. And yeah, I hope you're all having a good time. Take care.
I don't have any parting messages, so bye.